What is your worst college professor story? During my junior year of college, I took an engineering physics class that I'll never forget. The class had about 30 guys and 2 girls, myself included, and another student named Rachel who sat next to me. The professor, Dr. Chen, was an older Asian man with one of the worst accents I've ever had in a teacher. The entire class struggled to understand him most of the time, and even when we could follow, his explanations were often confusing. The course structure was grueling: 2 3-hour sessions per week, 1 hour of lecture, followed by 2 hours of homework or project work in class. Most students used that time to struggle quietly on assignments, occasionally asking Dr. Chen questions when we were desperate. Rachel, being diligent, went to a tutor outside of class and would share her notes with me. With that help, we were able to maintain low B averages, which was actually high in comparison to the rest of the class. One day, we hit a problem in class that neither of us could figure out. Rachel's tutor notes weren't helping, so we decided to ask Dr. Chen directly. I remember walking over together, hoping for a brief explanation, something that would point us in the right direction. That's when things went completely sideways. The moment Dr. Chen realized that Rachel had been seeing a tutor, his demeanor changed, his voice got louder, and he started addressing the class as though he were making a grand announcement. "Women always do poorly in my class," he said, scanning the room like he expected everyone to agree. "Perhaps you should consider a more appropriate major, like elementary education." The words hit Rachel like a physical blow. She froze for a moment, then gathered herself and looked at him, clearly offended. The class went silent. I could feel my own face heating up, not just out of embarrassment, but out of anger. A few students whispered among themselves, and some just stared, stunned. Rachel didn't let it go. She reported Dr. Chen's comments to the department head, explaining exactly what he had said and how inappropriate it was. The administration took her complaint seriously, at least to the point of looking into the incident. A few days later, Dr. Chen came into class and made an announcement of his own. He reminded everyone that he was tenured and that technically he could say whatever he wanted without fear of being fired. The statement didn't make the situation any better. In fact, it felt like a slap in the face. The class carried on, but the atmosphere had shifted. People who might have asked questions now hesitated. Rachel sat quietly but determined, her jaw tight. I sat next to her, trying to offer support with a glance, wishing there were some way to make the situation right. That semester, I couldn't shake the tension. Every time we approached Dr. Chen with questions, there was a palpable layer of caution. It wasn't just the difficulty of the subject matter anymore, it was the knowledge that he could belittle students publicly without consequences. Rachel kept working hard, tutoring sessions and shared notes still helping her keep up with the workload, but the constant undercurrent of disrespect from the professor made it harder than it had to be. I think about that time often, remembering the helplessness we felt in that classroom, the way confidence can be chipped away by a single authoritative voice. 4 years later, I still think about Dr. Chen and that incident. It wasn't just about a rude comment, it was about the way power can be used to belittle others, and how easily that can undermine a student's confidence. Rachel handled it with grace, but it was infuriating to witness. It was one of those moments that reminds you that not all challenges in college come from textbooks or exams. Some come from people who misuse their authority, and the effects linger long after the semester ends. Even now, when I think back, I feel the tension in the classroom and the disbelief on the faces of everyone there. It's a memory I carry with me, a warning and a reminder of the difference between knowledge and integrity.